Good morning. Let's meditate together. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Where are we at? Thursday today. Hope your week's been going well so far. Hope your Thursday is lined up well for you. Our teacher this week is Alan Watts. And all the Alan Watts quotes this morning, all of his teachings speak about past, future, present. What we learn from past, future, and present. And we know that at least partly, a part of the answer is that only the present, only this actual moment is what exists. Past is just a memory. Future is just an anticipation. The only place where we have any real power to put our energy into action is right here, right now, in this very moment. A quick reminder that paying attention to your breath brings you into this present moment. Breathing nice and slow, in through your nose, deep into your belly. Slowly exhaling is what brings us right here into this very moment. Sunmini, good morning. Marcella, good morning. It is awesome seeing you guys right here in this present moment. Thank you for sharing my present moment with me. Okay, what does Alan Watts have to say about this concept, past, future, and present? He says, when we dance, the journey itself is the point. When we dance, the journey itself is the point. As when we play music, the playing itself is the point. The point is not getting to any point on the dance floor. The point of the playing of music is not to get to the end of the song and now we have arrived. And exactly the same is true in meditation. Meditation is the discovery that the point of life is always arrived at in the immediate moment. In this very moment, we find the very point of life. Next thought from Alan Watts, he says, for unless one is able to live fully in the present, the future is a hoax. If we're not able to be present in every moment, then the future is a complete hoax. There is no point whatever in making plans for a future which you will never be able to enjoy. Why does he say this? There's no point whatsoever in making plans for a future that you'll never be able to enjoy, because when you get to that future, that will be the present and your mind will be in a different future anyway. You'll never be able to sit back with full contentment and say, now I have arrived. Your entire education has deprived you of this capacity because it was preparing you for the future instead of showing you how to be alive now. Very much true. The destination of life, the destination is here in this eternal, everlasting present moment. That is the point to get to. Vivian, good morning. It is good to see you. And a last thought just before we get started. Nirvana. Nirvana is where you are, provided you don't object to it. It's so basic. It is so simple. And we do it all the time. Nirvana, let's call it heaven. Heaven is right where you are, provided that you don't object to it. And how often do we do that? Object to every moment we're in, from moment to moment. Never in heaven, always in hell. Right, beautiful people, we are using this teaching of past, present, and future to jump into our meditation journey today called The Observer. The Observer is our ability to look at ourselves, to look at past, to look at future, and to find ourselves in the present. Our only ability to do to do better, to make better decisions, is this ability that we have to be the observer. We can have continuous moments of awareness, of seeing ourselves, seeing our thoughts, seeing our feelings, and going, do I want to repeat the same old thing? Or would I want to make a different decision, a new decision? That is our ability to be the observer, and we'll travel through past, through future, and find ourselves back in the present by being the observer. If you're ready, let's embark on today's journey. You can close your eyes and let's float away. First few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. A deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also make yourself a little bit taller. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. Once you've reached full capacity, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. The words from Alan Watts was what started our journey today. Past, future, present. ability to be the observer, to take a step back, look at the past, look at the future, look at ourselves in this present moment, is what our journey is today. While you continue your full body breathing, inhaling all the way up, exhaling all the way down. Take a moment to look at the past. While you are being the observer, observe for a moment how far you've come. I know that there are moments in which it feels like we're back to square one. It is true that we often see the same old patterns arise to the surface. But I want you for a moment to notice your new response. You are showing up differently for all of the old stuff that sometimes still come to the surface. Looking into the future, you still have quite a chunk of lifetime ahead in which to make new decisions. A chunk of a lifetime still left in which to bring yourself to awareness and decide to do things differently. But only if, in that future, we find ourselves being present, over and over again, present. Bringing ourselves to awareness, conscious awareness in this moment. Again and again. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down. Take a deep breath in. And as you release, drop your head all the way forward. Roll out your neck muscles in big half circles to the left and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left and your upper body over to the right. loosening up your back muscles. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened into presence as much as we can, we'll turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body, and as you do that, invite softness into every part of your body. Feel every muscle soften. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, follow the downwards flow. As your body softens, feel your shoulders slowly fall. Feel every muscle soften. Feel how you are slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in through your nose, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath only for as long as it feels easy. And with every exhale, that you're softening as long and slow as you can. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, our topic today is the observer. How much can you take a step back and look at you right there where you are sitting? Can you see you? Take your next big breath. We're looking for an example in the recent past, and if you can't find it in the recent past, search a little bit further back. An example of you being reactive, perhaps. An example of you not dealing with a situation in the way that you'd really want to. Maybe a good description would be a situation in which you perhaps feel a bit disappointed in how you handled it. Can you find an example recently? Or do you have to search back a little bit further to find an example of where you wish that you had dealt differently with a situation? Take your next big breath. You are being the observer of this specific past version of you, stepping outside of yourself, looking into the past and seeing you have the experience of this example. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, I want you to watch it again like a movie. Look at this version of you and how you were going through the motions you were going at that time. Take your next big breath. In order to form a clear picture of this moment, could you perhaps remember the clothes you were wearing in this example? Take your next big breath. While you observe this version of you, this past version of you, can you remember the words that you used? What were the words you spoke? Take your next big breath. In the moment of that example, can you remember what you were thinking? What were the thoughts running through your mind? What were the emotions you were feeling? Take your next big breath. While you have a good picture of this past version of you, imagine you could ask this past version of you a question in that moment that you felt so triggered. If you could ask a question, the question would sound like this: what is it that you're afraid will happen? Take your next big breath. It would be helpful to be able to look at this past version of you with compassion. Understand that sometimes even if we knew better, we are still experiencing where our nervous system was at. And we were doing the best that our nervous system allowed us to do in that moment. Kindness, compassion for the past version of you. We'll shift our attention to the future for a moment. And if at some point in the future you'd experience a similar situation, how would you deal with it differently, or how would you want to deal with it differently? We're kind of doing a rehearsal. So for your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, look into the future and see yourself experiencing something similar. And see how you remind yourself to first stop and breathe. Take your next big breath. If you get to do this again, what would your body language look like in a similar scenario? What would the movements in your body look like? Take your next big breath. How would you choose your words differently? How would you speak differently if you had the opportunity to encounter a similar situation again? Take your next big breath. last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, invite softness into every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. No more attention on your breathing. Sit all the way back or lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. We've heard from Alan Watts this morning how the point of life is always arrived at in the present moment. And it is only moment to moment that we can make any of these changes, that we can choose differently. You're showing up for yourself, meditation after meditation, is what enables you to become better at having awareness in the moment. I'll read to you his words again. When we dance, the journey itself is the point, as when we play music, the playing is the point. And exactly the same thing is true in meditation. Meditation is the discovery that the point of life is always arrived at in the immediate moment. Remind yourself to breathe. Remind yourself to soften. Have a practice of doing this a few times every day. Stop for a few moments. Put everything down. Breathe. Return to this moment. And you are empowered to catch yourself moment by moment. Not let thoughts and feelings slip below the radar and take control of the wheel. But recognizing, hang on, this is an old thought. This is an old emotion. This is an old reaction. I want to choose a new response. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you, Alan Watts, for for the reminder that the point of life is arrived at in this everlasting, continuous present moment. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to be a better observer of me. How to take a step back and see the past version. See the possibility of choosing differently in future. But mostly, recognize that in this moment is where the change lies. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this continuous journey. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. A quick thought on rehearsing. If you do a stage performance and you show up the first night of the stage performance as a group of people, group of actors playing on the stage, if you haven't rehearsed, you encounter reality for the first time, having to be at your best and perform at your best right in the moment. I don't think it'll be wrong, but no one who performs on the stage does that. First, they get together on stage a couple of times before it's live. They go through the motions. They stop and they say, hang on, should we do it differently here? What about if we try that there? And by the time the first night happens live, they've already built a pattern of experience before the first night happened. As they encounter the first night in their mind, they've created a pattern that makes the first night feel somewhat familiar. We have the power to do that within ourselves. We can look at the future and we can rehearse. So by the time you encounter that future in real time, something is familiar. You've built a pattern that is somewhat familiar and gives you the opportunity to show up to that future moment in a present way, the way you want to. When we don't do that, we're always encountered by the present moment as a surprise. And it's harder then to show up the way you want to. Thank you, Vivian, Sunmarie, Marcella, Leshna, Anthony, all you beautiful people. Linda, who else is back there? Lots of love to you all. Have a beautiful day. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.